Hello, it's Ruby, and today I'm going to be preparing for Oxford. I'm about to start my Masters in English, and over the next month I'm just bringing you along on how I'm preparing. Today is my ultimate preparation vlog though, so I will be setting up a way to organise my notes and take my notes in the new year. I'll be setting up my notebooks. I'm going to be doing the most fun parts of back to university preparation in my opinion, and so I'm really excited for this video. And today's video is also very kindly sponsored by Shopify, which is the platform I use to run my stationery shop. Alright, so it's Saturday morning, and I've got myself a large mug of peppermint tea. I haven't lit a candle, but it's nice and foggy today. It was meant to be sunny today. When I woke up, I heard my dad say, where's the sun? And he was very annoyed, but I'm very happy about this weather. It's beautiful. First thing, let's light a candle. This is Book Nook from Mythology Candles. So the very first thing I did was write a list of all of the preparation I wanted to do. I just love a good list. Okay, here we go. This is my list of preparation I want to do. The first thing I've got to do is a little bit of paperwork. I believe this is the last bit of admin work that I need to do ahead of October, and I'm just going to get that signed and sent over now. I'm having to use my old iPad though because my Apple Pencil doesn't work with the new one. I didn't want to buy another Apple Pencil, but I think I'm going to have to. Alright, they are all downloaded and I'm now going to sign them. There we go, that's all done. Now going to order that Apple Pencil, which annoys me so much because it's just another thing Apple's making you buy after you've bought an iPad. And then this will be the final thing that I buy for university. There we go. I've just spent an extortionate amount of money on an Apple Pencil. Now I'm going to move on to the next thing. I'm going to write up my reading list in Notion. So what I've done is made a summer study plan. I haven't included things that I have already done. As you can see, each one has, like, I can put currently reading, which actually I am currently reading The Fairy Queen. And then I can easily pop in when I've done something, and it would just be really easy to see. These are all of the books that we will be studying on the course, and I really want to read all of these before starting the term. So then the next thing was transferring any useful files onto my iPad that I want to have easily available. So what I was just doing there was transferring all of the digital planners that I sell on Pumpkin Productivity over to my iPad. All of these are ones that I designed and sell on my website. Well, some of them are free, but others cost £1. As you can see, I've just got all of the Pumpkin Productivity printables here, just so it's really easily accessible and I can annotate them and use them whenever, and I don't have to go searching for it on my computer. On my website, I sell both digital products and also physical products, including, of course, the academic planner, which is definitely the most exciting thing that we sell. This is basically my dream planner, and it's what I use to plan every single day of my life. This is the 4th one that we've released, and for as long as we've been selling the planners, I've been using Shopify to sell them. I'm a massive fan of Shopify and absolutely love using them, so it's always a dream to work with them, and I'm so excited to say that today's video is sponsored by Shopify. So if you didn't know, Shopify is a platform which allows you to sell your products online and create online shops. You can sell services, digital products, physical products, and they just make it so easy. That's the thing that I love about it. Like, I have no coding experience, I'm really bad at coding and website design, but they just make it easy. And one of my favorite things about Shopify is that they're all about championing entrepreneurs and encouraging people to start their own businesses and to follow dreams and ideas that they might have. And to encourage this, yes, they make it really easy to use Shopify stores and to sell products, but also they provide loads of free educational resources online to help you gain skills in business if you don't have experience in that before, which is just fantastic, and I found those very useful. If you have an idea for a business, if you've been meaning to start an online shop, then I cannot recommend Shopify enough. As I say, I've been using them for years. If you want to try them for free, then you can click on the link in the description box. Anyway, thank you so much to Shopify for sponsoring today's video, and with that said, let's get on to the rest of the video. The next thing I'm going to do is prepare a shopping list and go-to meals if I'm feeling lazy or tired when term starts. I want to make a shopping list, so I'm going to find a template because I do like using templates. I'm going to use this one. So I'm first of all just going to change these headings so they're more applicable. There we go. And I do already have a list of foods that I used at the university last year, so I'm going to consult that so I don't forget anything. So then I just converted that into a PDF and sent it to my iPad. Now all I'm going to do is go through and handwrite in the foods that I want to keep in. Pantry, for example, I want pasta. So more than anything, these are foods that I know I will be eating on a weekly basis. I know that I can make a lot of meals from just these ingredients. So these are foods that ideally I would always like to have access to, though realistically I might not have access to all of them. I'm sure I've forgotten something here, but this is what I've got so far. Now I have quite a lot of vegan cookbooks. All of these are vegan cookbooks. I love Mina Rome's All Day Vegan, and a close second is the Deliciously Ella one. Then I've got 2 of the 15-minute vegans, and I've got the Hungry Student Vegan Cookbook. I'm actually going to go through these books and make a note of my favourite ones so that I have a list of recipes that I can take with me to university. So I just went through the whole stack of books with some page flags, and I marked all of the meals which could be good go-to uni meals, which don't take too long to make, don't require too many ingredients, and also just look really good. I've now gone through all of these and I'm going to scan them in. So as I say, I just went through all of these and I used the Notes app scanning feature, which just lets you scan a document and then it removes the background and it kind of turns the whole thing into a PDF. This is because I didn't want to bring this whole stack of recipe books to university because they will be quite heavy and take up a lot of space, but this way I just have all of the top ones on here and I can easily find recipes. I said in a recent video that I basically exclusively use moleskins, but I had a few viewers recommend that I try the, I'm not going to say this right, but this brand. Apparently they're comparable to moleskin, but some say they're better, so I thought I'd try it this time. I went for the wine coloured one with dotted pages, and I do love how they're numbered. So what I'm going to do now is customise this and my other commonplace book using my gold foil pen. These are the supplies I'll be using. Okay, now I'm just going to use the pen to write on top of this. So as you can see, I've just used the pen to write this. It should... There we go. And I do really like it, but I might add some little stars on the back. And then this is the second larger commonplace book. I wrote musings on the front of this. You do need to apply quite a lot of pressure when you're writing with the gold foil pen, but I love the finished result so much. It's a little later and I have got changed into something else. I get changed quite a lot. I've also got myself a mug of matcha and I'm going to play my old autumn playlist from last year. This next task is really exciting. I'm going to make a university bucket list and I'm going to use my academic planner to do this. There is a section at the front where you can write things to do this year. I've already started doing this. Here is the section. So I want to see something at the Oxford Playhouse. I also want to go to a ball. So then I found this online. It's a student guide of things to do in Oxford and I went through to see if this would give me any ideas. I'm going to create a Pinterest board to help me write the rest of this. Although honestly, looking at the time, we've got friends coming over in like 10 minutes and I don't really want to rush this. I might cut and do this tomorrow instead. So. At the beginning of every month in the academic planner there is a calendar sheet, and so next I just went through and added in all of the key dates for the new term, including all of the graduate freshers week events because there are quite a lot. The next part of the video is undeniably the most important and exciting part, which is setting up my Notion for the new academic year. So I'm going to go through and make pages for each of my modules. What I want to do is streamline everything so it's really easy for me to take my notes when I get there. I've said this before in basically every advice video for back to school that I've given, but it's good to go into the new academic year knowing exactly how you're going to be making your notes. And I know I'm going to be using Notion, but I want to make it really easy to use it so that I actually do use it. So first thing I'm going to do is get some paper and I'm going to make a note of things that I want to include. Alright, I think I figured out a system. So I've just made a note here of what I'm planning on doing, and I'm now going to actually make the Notion page for this. So I have actually already started on this page. I'm going to start with A course, which I've made a start on because I've been doing some pre-reading for this, but really not very much. So I'm going to start by making the main page, and at the top I will put some key links. So I want to link, is it called the Agus map? I think it is. Yes, so this is it's a really useful map of what London would have looked like in the 1600s, and I used it so much in my early modern modules at undergrad, so I just think it would be useful to have linked. I'm also going to add in the EBO archive. I'm going to put course page, but I don't know what that's going to look like yet. I don't have a link for that, so I can add that in later. And then here's my A course page at the moment, but I'm going to massively revamp this. So I'm going to put you on time lapse while I do that because it's actually going to be really time consuming to bring you along entirely, and then I'll give you a tour once I'm done. Quick tip, so I'm currently copying and pasting the recommended reading from the course specification, but when I paste it into Notion, it comes up like this and it's just really awkwardly formatted. So if you ever have this problem too, go to ChatGPT and then paste it in and just ask, can you format these essays and sources into clear bullet points? And then click generate. And it will do just that. This is actually such a good life hack. This is saving me so much time and I'd really recommend you doing the same. We are starting to get there now. I've just finished making this Notion page and it did take a really long time. I think it took about like an hour and a half to do, which is quite long, but I see this as an investment in how organised I will be when term starts. This is my overall page. As you can see, I haven't actually filled in anything for my C course yet because the C course is our optional module, and so I had to put in 3 choices, but I don't know which one that I've got yet. First of all, I have got this page for critical reading, and I have just gone through the specification and noted down every single article which is recommended. Each of these has got a toggle next to it, so I can use this just to write in the notes when I read it. Key course information, I don't really have much yet. I like to have a page like this, so if any admin related things for the course come up, I can just pop it in there. Then this is things to do in preparation for the summer, things that they recommended we do, and they have also recommended some useful websites, so I've put that there. Then we've got week by week pages, and we've actually only got like proper teaching for 5 of the weeks. That's all that's showing up. I know that we still do stuff in the final 3 weeks of term, but this is all I've got information for. So for each of the weeks, very, very simple. They ask like a specific question, and so I'll put the question here, and then space for research and thoughts while I was doing the critical reading, and then a space for seminar notes. It's very, very basic for my B course. And then at the bottom, I've just got a section for key research, which is here. So introduction to printing. They've just asked us to make sure we're familiar with forms of printing in early modern England. And I do have some notes and research to transfer into here, but I just like the idea of having a page for really essential information. And I've also got this one on manuscript culture in early modern England, which again, I haven't populated yet, but I've got a lot of research on this, so I'm going to put that in. I think actually, now I'm thinking about it, I might link to a page on sermon research that I've done. I can just imagine that being useful. And there is also a space here for keywords. That's B course. And then for A course, similarly, course information and critical reading here. And then this is a slightly different system because there's a lot more. The other course is much more about like the book as an object and looking at book production, whereas this is more literature based, so we're studying particular texts. So as you can see, again, I've got a week by week summary, so each of the themes is here, and when you click on this, primary texts, where I'll put in all my notes and things on that. This is the main thing though. I've made this database and it's ordered in terms of week, and then for each of the weeks I've got seminar notes, thematic notes, and the primary reading. And I've also got filters here so I can sort my primary reading and my seminar notes. This means I can easily find, like for example, my week 3 seminar notes, I'd be able to find them very easily. And then for the core reading, you can see that it will link directly to my notes on that book. So the general format that I'm using for textual notes is putting the plot and character list for plays at the beginning, because this just helps me so much when talking about the play and discussion. I find it really hard to remember character names, and there are often just, especially when there are just so many characters in a play, and so having the character list like in my notes and having the plot in my notes just makes me better in seminar discussion. So good hack if you're the same as me. I've got a really bad memory for things like that, so this is good just to have there. So then there's also space for key thoughts on the text, interesting things I noticed, and any structural points. Then for context, author biography, key influences of the text, printing contexts, and also the reception of the text. And then this bit here is the important part. The main way that I like to do research is through question and answer. So for example, if I were reading, I might say something like, were there many differences between the first and second folio editions of this play? Which is a question that might come up while I'm reading, and then I'll do research and answer that question and put it here under a toggle. For me, this is the best way to research because it means that I'm really aligning with my own interests. That is my system for taking notes for the new academic year. Maybe this will change, but this is what I'm planning on doing. So I do intend on taking most of my academic notes on Notion just because I prefer taking digital notes. But I am going to put together a folder as well because I know that I will need a place to store my sheets. So let's set up a folder. I think I have a spare folder in the study, but my dad's locked it, so I can't get inside. Maybe I have one upstairs instead. And I think that's everything now for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and that maybe it gave you some ideas of things you can do to prepare for back to school. Thank you again to Shopify for sponsoring today's video, and I hope that you have more than just a productive week. This is just a quick reminder that the academic planner is now live. I really have tried to design the perfect planner for students with everything that I've ever wanted in a planner, and I am genuinely so excited to share it with you. It is available on my website, Pumpkin Productivity, and we do ship worldwide. There'll be a link down below in the description box. Just as always, thank you so much for all of your support and for giving me the opportunity to design and share this planner with you.